Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with My Hero Academia. Last time on My Hero Academia, we had All for One, where, some things happened. So Midoriya and the gang found the Nomus, and, the Avengers split off into two teams. All Might and Endeavor, along with Gran Torino and Kamui Woods and Edgeshot, all went to face, Tomura Shigaraki at the bar. Meanwhile, the B team, led by Best Jeanist, went to defeat the Nomus, which they did. And we also learned that Tomura Shigaraki's real name is actually Tenko Shimura. Shit. And then more Nomus started showing up, despite the fact that they took out Kurogiri. But they started showing up, and then All for One showed up, and he showed up to the B team, and Best Jeanist tried to trap him in fabric, but then shit just exploded. We have no idea what happened to the heroes, and the gang is currently shitting their pants in fear. Yeah. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. This is also where I say that if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of My Hero Academia, like always, you're going to have to head down in the description or to the pinned comment, click on that link, and that will take you over to the reaction, completely free of charge. You just go, you watch it, you have a good time, hopefully, and then when you're done with that, you can pop back over here for the discussion. So, with that being said, shit's about to go down. Shit's already going down. Shit's going down their pants, because those kids are scared shitless. So, I'm scared shitless too. But in a clean way. This joke has ended. Let's go ahead and get started on this episode of My Hero Academia. Here we go. Alrighty. That is episode 10. Oh, you know what's the most interesting? Well, maybe not the most interesting, but something I find very interesting. This is technically, this isn't a typical huge villain fight, I guess. I don't know, how to say this, but, normally it's like, oh, well, we have the villain that we've had throughout the whole series, but then here's the big guy, and it's his plan and stuff. But this is more like, no, here's the big boss, but he's only out here to ensure that Shigaraki lives on, It's very odd, actually. This isn't, for him, he's finally here to kill. It's like, no, he's here. He's here because he's there for Shigaraki. Jeez, even with a full smash right to his face, he's still alive. He's still alive. I was kind of thinking, okay, so I guess this is it. We're finally facing All for One, and this is it. And I was kind of thinking, I don't think we've had enough of All for One, if he's our big end-all villain, if he's our big end-all villain, but now it's honestly, he's almost not. He used to be. He used to be the big end-all villain. Back in his day, with his brother. Back during Shimura's time. and during All Might's time, but now he's not the big villain anymore. But he's still a big villain. But it almost seems, which I mean, we've kind of, I guess, known, because he's always said, like, oh, well, Tomura Shigaraki is supposed to, he's going to replace me. He will be the next All for One. You know? So, if anything, Shigaraki is the big bad of the show, and we just have to deal with him. But we still have this passing of the torch from All for One to Tomura Shigaraki. Oh, man. Oh, man, we should pop into the notes. First thing I wrote down, the Oklahoma Smash! I'm not a very proud Oklahoman. I don't even like considering myself an Oklahoman, despite living here for 23 years, being born and raised in Oklahoma. There is something about hearing All Might shout that to the heavens that is kind of awesome. I'm sure for anyone who, is born in, like, Detroit or Texas or New Hampshire or places like that, I'm sure they love those. But hearing All Might shout Oklahoma Smash is honestly kind of cool, and I'm going to listen to it again.
None of us were able to do anything. Kurogiri's court opens up warp gates that allow anyone to pass through, but this was targeting specific people. All Might!
I love that. Well, and it's perfect, too, because, it's the Oklahoma Smash. What is it? It's a tornado! Because, duh! Of course Oklahoma Smash is a tornado. Like, what else would it be? That is awesome, actually. I really love that. That was really, really cool. So, yeah. We also got, I didn't write this down, but sort of the, I like the talk between All Might and Endeavor.
Focus on the enemies out here! On your left! More of them? I thought we were supposed to have a handle on these! Genus isn't answering me anymore. It's possible they failed at the Nomu factory. This is putting a lot of stress on my power. Endeavor! Are you keeping up? Does it look like I'm having any trouble? Worry about your own responsibilities, you fool! If you're gonna go after them, now's the time! Right. I'll leave you to it.
Oh. I love that talk between All Might and Endeavor. That is so Goku and Vegeta. Like, straight up, I like that, they're still... They get a few jabs in, but I like that, All Might making sure that everything's okay down there. And Endeavor being like, of course I have everything handled. You go do whatever you have to do. You go do your responsibilities, which you should be doing, while I am clearly capable of doing mine. So, that was cool. I love any interaction we get between All Might and Endeavor. So, yeah. Best Jeanist is dead. Like, is there any doubt? Like, I guess he could be alive, but I don't know. It looked like he got a hole straight into his abdomen. I don't think Best Jeanist is still alive. I think Best Jeanist is dead. He is dead as shit. So, but he, like a pro, he did get everyone out of harm's way by manipulating their clothes, which was pretty clever. So he did save Mount Lady, Gang Orca, Tiger, Ragdoll. They're all still alive. So that's at least good. Okay. But I'm pretty sure Best Jeanist is dead. And then we had I don't know. I'm sort of stumbling my way over these notes. Oh god. We did have the debate, the sort of internal debate of whether or not the gang should run or not. And once Bakugo was there, then it was like, we gotta do something, you know? But I like that they came up with something else, so that's at least something. But I do like Yaoyorozu and Ida just holding them there. Like, no, you cannot go fight. You cannot go fight. And that's good. I like that they actually haven't gotten involved in this one. They didn't fight. They didn't hurt any villains. Everything is still legal. They just flew by and Bakugo, caught a lift, basically. So that's at least good. Okay. So, let's see. All for One used he used 4 quirks in this. He used the air cannon, power enhancers, his own warp quirk, and the forcible quirk activator quirk. Yes, the quirk activator quirk. That is crazy. So first off, he's using air cannons like he's fucking Wamu over here using the Divine Sandstorm. That's a JoJo reference for you. Anyway. But yeah, he's using these air cannons, and they're pretty powerful, actually. They knocked All Might back, Which is why I'm pretty sure Best Jeanist is dead. Number 4 hero cut down in his prime. That's so terrible, But I am pretty convinced that Best Jeanist is dead. So yeah, the air cannon, which was pretty cool. And I like how he also says he's also using enhancing quirks. So he has quirks that enhance his physical abilities, and he's using that to enhance the other quirks that he has. Very clever. I like, because I guess technically there are 5 quirks that he uses because he also just uses flight. So I like the different quirks that he uses, because that's the thing. All the quirks on this show are so fascinating and so creative. I love them all. So to watch a combination of all these unique and amazing quirks in one person is spectacular. I love seeing it, So I like that. I like the enhancers. We did get an explanation of All for One's warp quirk, which is... I like he also specifies he's not used to that quirk, so he's untrained with it. Very clever. Very good way of, that's a good way to show it's like, yeah, he's not just a master, and unbeatable. It's like, no, he does need to actually learn the quirks that he takes. So his specific warp quirk can bring a person or people to his location, or he can move them, somewhere else, basically. Which is very interesting. But it's not quite like Kurogiri's Warp Gate, which is interesting. And so yeah, I enjoyed that. And then he did use Kurogiri's warp quirk, Warp Gate, by using a quirk activator that he used by stabbing into the person and forcibly activating their quirk. That is insane. That is really insane. I really like that. That is so cool, and I love the design of it. It's like black, but with like the red lines going through. It's like very menacing looking. Really like that. I also like that he actually fought with that. He was like, what? These are like, yeah, I can use these to activate people's quirks, but I can also just stab. These are just spears. It's like Moonfish. So that was really cool. Very, very interesting look. I wrote down save Bakugo. So I like the idea that they came up with. That Midoriya came up with, that they would use Ida's Recipro Burst and Midoriya's Full Cowling in order to propel all of them up one of Todoroki's ice spikes, and they would launch into the air. Bakugo would see that, know what's happening, see Kirishima at the front, who would, reach out to him as a friend, and then Bakugo would launch, grab on, and they all hitch a ride, and they get out of there. Very, very clever. I really, really enjoyed that. Also, just because, it is a problem that Bakugo is there, because All Might can't go all out, because he can't risk anything happening to Bakugo. So, that was really, really cool. And I like Bakugo, realized that, he tried. He was on the defense. He tried. But even he knew, it's like, all right, it's 1 versus 6. This is not good. This is not a good situation I'm in. We also had, we finally understand, they said his name was Magnus, right? Magnus's quirk, which is magnetism. Clever. So his whole thing is that he magnetizes people or objects. Did they say objects or just people? I don't know. But that's why, that's how he got Pixie Bob. He tried that on Mandalay a couple times, and it didn't work. So I like that. And, he can magnetize them. He can't be magnetized. He can't magnetize himself, but he can magnetize other people and launch them, which is pretty cool. But then, Mount Lady, got right in the way of that, which good on her for doing that. And then All For One used that. I like that. All For One used that and magnetized all the guys to Toga and then pushed them all through the warp gate to get them out of there, because he wants Shigaraki to fight another day, which is very interesting. It's honestly, it's a very interesting dynamic for him that, yes, he is out there, he is fighting, and he is, trying to kill All Might, but at the same time, he kind of knows that he's basically stepped down as the big villain. He knows that he needs to do this in order for Shigaraki to be the next big villain, to be the next him. I really enjoy that. That's something you don't really see with villains, Like, you would just expect he comes out as like, all right, I'm just going to kill everyone and that'll be that. But no, he's out there like, all right, I am going to hold off All Might while you get out of here. Which is kind of the same thing of All Might holding off All For One so that the gang can get Bakugo out of there. So that was very cool. A very interesting dynamic between Shigaraki and All For One. So I like that. And then the last thing I wrote down is I really did love All Might's speech about, you are a villain, you're an asshole, everything, like, you scoff at innocent people that are just trying to make a happy life, and I'm going to take you down. And he's used up to his limit. And this is it for him. You can already see, after he fought Nomu, he is starting to revert back to his base form, basically. And even with as powerful as a hit as he could muster, All For One is still not dead. He's still alive. And it's a little bone-chilling when he says, I've heard these words before from your predecessor, Nana Shimura. Which, that is crazy. That is so crazy. It's like, oh no. But she said that and she died. Shimura died. I just assumed, by the way, Nana Shimura would be a girl's name. I don't know. Well, plus, in the intro, I've watched the intro a number of times. That's very clearly a woman that is there. So I don't know if that's supposed to be any big twist, but I've seen the intro. I've seen the intro. That's clearly a woman there. So, yeah. Oh, man. I will also say, man, when All Might just decked Gran Torino, it's one of those, shit, he's old, can he take that? He did, actually. He got back up, he's like, it's gonna fucking hurt in the morning, but I'm fucking up, like, barely, like, you could see he didn't kill him, at least, So that's at least good, but, oh, man, this is intense. Next episode, I don't know what the hell we're going to be doing next episode. Shit's crazy, but yeah. That is basically that. With all that being said, I'm Alex from Cinemathar Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Hero Academia reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.